But Uber's big thing is that the people that make their company a company, their drivers, are not employees. That's their thing. Can you imagine that's their thing? But that's their thing.
Everyone needs a thing.
They're they refuse to call them workers. I don't know. I mean, don't even get me going. So here's the headline. I'm going to just read this story. I just find it fascinating. A fascinating part of human nature here. And this is under the category what? Humanity is stupid. Okay. Here's the headline. Uber wants more protection for drivers, but it still doesn't want them as employees. This is real. This is true. Uber CEO Dara I can't even say his name. I'm sorry. Uber CEO Dara. This is not Travis. This is the one the new one they had to, because Travis was such an asshole that they had to get rid of him. So this is the new CEO. He sent a letter to Trump asking him to ensure that Uber's drivers are included in the economic stimulus plans in response to coronavirus. And here's the quote. This is in the letter. My goal in writing to you is not to ask for a bailout for Uber,
So nice.
but rather but rather for support for the independent workers on our platform, and once we move past the immediate crisis, the opportunity to legally provide them with a real safety net going forward.
Like
Okay,
employment? That
the
kind of
the,
safety net?
this is my favorite, which I actually highlighted here. The plea included a promise. I love a promise. The plea included a promise that the ride-hailing giant, quote, knows we need to do more, unquote.
All right.
I mean, what the hell's going on? What is this?
Are we going to slow clap corporate heroes here or what? Come on.
I can't even, I don't know if I can clap it. I just feel this is crazy talk.
I think it's
I mean,
amazing.
this is a madman, right? Like borderline sociopath.
So you thought you thought
Get
my
me out of
categories were
this. Talk me out.
stupid. You thought my categories were stupid, but isn't
This is
this
crazy.
this fits perfectly in
Is this stupid or is this maniacal?
well, I mean, the chickens are going to come home to roost on Uber and Lyft and the gig economy, right? Like it's inevitable that eventually they become considered employees. And do we think that this is the unintended consequence of sending a letter to the administration asking them to help your non-employees
Take care of.
like to quote unquote take care? Built in to a paycheck is Social Security, Medicare. It's like FICA taxes. You basically pay into a social network, a safety net system. That's the idea. And they're effectively saying, you need to remember that we don't do that. Like, didn't they just wave a flag saying like, hello, we don't do anything we're supposed to. It's just inevitable. I mean, I actually, in a weird way, think that that's Uber saying they need to be employees in some weird way.
Okay. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Like they're looking for direction. They want daddy to tell them what to do.
I think it's knowing that it's inevitable that regulators step in at some point. Like if you're basically pleading, not to mention that, does this conflict with their prior policy that they were going to just suspend accounts for people who cough too much? Like they basically, it's
Right.
really confusing to me. But
Yeah. Well, it was confusing.
aren't they effectively going to the government and saying they need to be employees?
I'm just going to say something that Matt's not going to want me to say. And I'm talking to the millennials. And what else? What else is there other than millennials? Gen Z? Y? Who's below me?
Zennials?
All you young people who I know pretend to give a shit about the environment.
Pretend. Ouch.
Just delete Uber. Be done with it. Take the subway. Take the bus. Just get over it. Find it. Oh, I have an idea.
Good advice in COVID-19.
I have an idea when it's over. We're not talking about coronavirus right now. No one's going anywhere. But when it's all over, which it will be, and I have some more advice, some brilliant advice, because I did this when I was young. Find a friend, find a friend who has a car and drive places together. All right, there's enough of this Uber shit. Okay, it's ridiculous.
I've got some more advice. If you need to make a phone call,
No, it's not
find a
old man advice.
payphone.
It's not old man advice. Like, you know what you can do on the subway that you can't do in your disgusting Ubers? You can meet someone, ask them out on a date. Just get over your
I'm
just get
bailing
over
you
it.
out.